Hey everyone, this is Master Chief Chef and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be giving general rundown of the June weapon tuning update, and I'm going to give my reactions to what I think is good, is bad, needed done, what didn't need done. So here we go. First off, we have hand cannons. Some changes are there's an increased initial accuracy and decreased accuracy drop for low range hand cannons. So the low range hand cannons, which are only used for close quarters, are getting less or more accuracy, so it's slightly easier to fire quicker, because the update was talking about how if you fire really quick, it recoils upwards and it wants to force you to fire slowly, take your time. So that's going to reduce, so there'll be more accuracy for firing quickly with low range hand cannons. They've made the damage fall off curve steeper to better coincide with intended effective range of hand cannons. So instead of being able to shoot the scout rifle range or even mid-range pulse rifles, they've made it a lot lower, so it's kind of in line with auto rifles where they're only very useful in close quarters combat. They've given a small increase to PvE damage, so in general, hand cannons are going to be better when you're playing strikes and patrols. I think these changes to hand cannons are really useful. The increased initial accuracy and decreased accuracy drop for low range hand cannons is really good, so you can fire them slightly faster and still get your precision shots. The damage fall off for hand cannons is excellent. They still are able to compete with some mid to high range pulse rifles and some scout rifles, which I don't think should have been a thing ever in Destiny. So it's, as a mostly scout rifle user, I don't like being hitting people across the map and getting shot by a hand cannon and really putting off my shots and nearly dying. The increased PvE damage is absolutely excellent. Hand cannons are a bit alright in PvE. Above the PvE damage cannot hurt at all. What they really need to do is increase the ammo capacity for, ammo drops in PvE, because I find that whenever you're camping behind corners, as pretty much happens all the time in PvE, you can't get ammo, you run out really quickly. For auto rifles, things like the Doctrine of Passing and the Arminus D have been way too powerful in PvP. What I've noticed is the really high rate of fire knocks your screen around a lot, which makes it really difficult for you to fire back, but also it doesn't have that much kickback for the shots, so their stability can just plow straight into you, ruin your screen, ruin your ability to hit back, and time to kill is pretty high, so you're screwed. What I've also noticed is the range for these Doctrine of Passing and things like Arminus D can be, with really good rolls obviously, can be really far, so it kind of gets rid of the whole close range combat, and they can be used like pulse rifles or mid range, and I've been getting killed at quite long distances, and it's quite irritating to be playing against. So the changes made to auto rifles have been to reduce the damage of high rate auto rifles by 6%. I think this is kind of like an in-between fix, where they really should have reduced the screen shake and slightly reduced the kickback, the stability, so that it's harder to get stream of bullets on the enemy. But reduction in damage is alright. I think it's a nice compromise. So while you're playing PvE or PvP, if you run out of ammo, you'll kind of sit around for a while, and the game automatically gives you the ammo into your reserves, so you can instantly have a bunch of ammo, reload, keep on going. They've changed this so it reduces the time to pick up ammo into your backpack. That's how they've described it, which I think is a really good thing. Whenever you're hiding, especially as like a hand cannon user, if you're kind of trapped and you run out of ammo, which happens quite a lot because they recently reduced the magazine size and the reserve size of hand cannon ammo. So if you're running out of ammo, you're hiding, you just got nothing to use, maybe no special ammo, because they've reduced the time between the special ammo crates spawning on the map, so special ammo is more precious. So if you've got no ammo and you're just hiding, hoping not to get killed by someone, it puts the ammo into your reserves, lets you reload from the battlefield. So I think this is excellent, because it reduces the time to put that into your backpack, so it gives you less time to be panicking, oh crap, what do I do, people are coming, radar swarmed, and you get your ammo pretty. As a side note, I think the reduced time it takes to put the ammo from the battlefield into your reserves is going to slightly change the time it takes to do the heavy ammo glitch on the quota raid. Although I don't know very many people that do the quota raid anymore, and I know even less people that will be using the heavy ammo glitch after they fix the heavy ammo problem whenever you return to orbit, and the Jur is now finally selling syntheses, and also the gunsmith is sometimes selling syntheses, so the heavy ammo glitch could be slightly easier to perform on the quota raid, but I don't think anyone will be using that anymore since Icebreaker isn't year 2, and since very people do the quota raid anymore, only people do it just to kind of complete the story and to get the unique weapons or armor or the Necrochasm. Next up is the Hawkman. They have slightly reduced the stability on the Hawkman, slightly reduced the Hawkman stability, -5 stability. That means it's going to give more kickback, it's not going to be as easy to get those headshots, it's not going to be as easy to get the Hawkman unique perk, which is extra damage. It's going to be harder to kill people as efficiently, therefore making Hawkman slightly less overpowered, because whenever I come up against it, you get ruined in 2 to 3 shots if they're got that lucky bonus shot. And it's really irritating sometimes whenever you just get ruined and there was nothing you could do about it. You just have to lie there, wait to respawn. So the next change we've got is counterbalance. They've reduced the counterbalance effectiveness. It used to reduce the recoil by 90%, now it reduces it by 80%. Their explanation is they want the personality of each gun to shine through a bit more. I think they just kind of want to bring counterbalance down a bit because it's been used as a god tier perk on a lot of auto rifles and machine guns. It's making it hard to be competitive against those type of guns, because you run into a situation against a Dr. Mapassin and you get absolutely destroyed, blown away, because counterbalance reduces the recoil by 90%. They have really easy chance of hitting you with all their shots, high rate of fire, low time to kill, you're just gone. Some slight bugs that they fixed is they fixed incorrect user interface bars on the Red Spectre. I think that's just maybe the descriptions of the perks was saying, increased range, and it was lowering the range. I'm not really sure, I haven't used Red Spectre. They fixed the exotic machine gun stability. Apparently some weapons were ignoring their own base stat for recoil. They've given Thunderlord and Super Good Advice as the 2 examples. Super Good Advice is really, really bad for stability. Everyone knows it's only really good for the Oracles or Oversoul in the raids. Thunderlord is fairly good. I find it easy to use, it's nice, it's got a pretty sweet exotic perk. So it says they were ignoring their own base stat for recoil. I don't know if that means it will reduce their recoil because they were having a higher recoil than they should have, or they're going to increase the recoil because it was ignoring the high recoil, because they are both high recoil machine guns. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out. I'm going to have to test them both and see how it goes. They have fixed the Defiance of Yasmin to have the correctly adjusted zoom for sniper rifles, increased in 2.2.0 with 5x zoom, where they increased the zoom rate of all sniper rifles because people were using the really low zoom scopes to just destroy and trials and PvP, so they increased it to make it a bit harder to snipe. So when you zoom into the scope, everything's a bit further away. You can't see as much of the map. They've increased the inventory stat by 10. I think that just means that the zoom has gone up a bit. I don't know what an inventory stat of zoom is. It seems to be the base stat maybe on the sniper rifle itself. The scope makes it different. So that's all with the weapon tuning, my reactions, what I think about it. Here below in the update, they've given the kind of rundown of what Rangefinder really does. So it says Rangefinder impacts 2 things: target acquisition fall off and zoom factor. It says the zoom factor places the enemies closer in your scope whenever you're aimed down scope, so it's easier to hit them. It also gives an explanation of Rangefinder tightens your shots, tightens your bullets. So for shotguns and fusion rifles, absolutely amazing perk, unless you hip fire a lot. I've noticed on my vacancy, Rangefinder keeps those bullets so close, so tight. If I aim down scope, the bullets are just grouped for a really long distance, and it makes it really easy to get kills from pretty far away, far enough away that you wouldn't think fusion rifle would get, and maybe a pulse rifle would hit. So it's really, really nice thing to have on fusion rifles and shotguns. The last thing they have here is what is weapon handling. It gives just a basic rundown of weapon handling affects 3 things: the ready time, the amount of time it takes to bring out your weapon, the away time, the amount of time it takes to put away your weapon, and the aim down scope time, the amount of time it takes to fully reach maximum zoom while aiming down scopes. So it just gives a little bit of a description of the rangefinder and weapon handling, what those do in the game. So thank you very much for watching. I'm really glad if you made it to the end of the video. Please let me know what you think. Do you agree with my reactions? Do you think hand cannons needed this slight stability increase? Do you think the high rate of fire auto rifles is perfect as it is? Please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your feedback. Thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day.